All right, here we go, Colin.
Oh, this is a big one.
This is a big one. We
This
got a
one.
lot going on. It's been 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 weeks since we've been here, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
It's been a while since I've thought about things. Um, a lot has happened in the WFA in the past 2 weeks where we have not had shows, 3 weeks total. So we're hoping to recap most of that, if not all of it. But otherwise, we're pretty much wrapped up for season six, except for obviously the most beloved bowl game in football, and that is the Toilet Bowl coming soon.
It's a
Um,
stinky one.
it's going to be a real interesting one. It's Cape Charles versus Chicago. Is that right?
Yeah, that is
Oh
correct.
boy. So we are going to we're going to have to just see what happens with that one. I have my predictions, Colin. I know you have yours. So we'll talk about that here in a little bit. But other than that, what's been going on? What have you been up to the past couple of weeks? I haven't seen you in a while.
Well, we just saw each other recently, didn't we? This weekend, we got together for a great game for the Gin Bowl. Go Berserkers.
Yeah, my
Um,
poor neighbors.
Me, you, and Derek got together and had a grand old time.
Oh, for sure.
That was awesome. It was very good. But I mean, yeah, like you said, it's been a long time since we've gotten together on here, and pretty much the whole playoffs have happened.
Right.
So,
Aside from we talked about the wild card, but aside from that, the divisionals, the conference championships, and then the Gen Bowl.
yeah. And obviously, today's the 4th of July, so maybe we won't have as many people watching this live, but hopefully they'll come back and rewatch it. So, my wife has actually been gone the last couple of days,
Oh,
and
good.
that was it's great. That's one reason why I could come and see you guys. But she brought me back a gift. She
Oh,
brought
your
me back
grill.
one of those flat stone, what do they call them, Blackstone grills.
Yeah. Is
I
that
just put it. I just put it together
is that
before I
that's
jumped
not our
on here.
unofficial sponsor today, is it?
It might be. We might be able to
Ooh, a
combine it
second
with
unofficial
the other
sponsor.
one, but
Yeah. Well,
um,
technically, we could probably use one to work with the other. We'll figure that out. We'll talk about that at the end.
that's future our problem.
That's future Colin O'Brien's problem.
Yep. But I put it together before I jumped on here, so it is ready and primed to go for breakfast in the morning. We're gonna
Sweet.
be cooking a big breakfast on it, so that'll be fun. But yeah, I mean, other than that, I cannot complain because we are Gin Bowl champions.
We are Gen Bowl champions. It's weird to say.
How have your last couple weeks gone?
Good. Start playing golf. All of a sudden, start playing golf. Had family come in a couple weekends ago, which is why we couldn't do the stream last Sunday. And played golf Sunday morning for the first time ever, or at least going full 18 holes. Um, and so now I am golfing, I guess, because we went golfing yesterday. So,
Yeah,
oh
we
yeah,
we did something.
we did. I didn't do terrible compared to last week. I think it was pretty good. I was happy
Not
with
bad
it.
at all. That might be our new thing. I hope it is.
Well,
I
yeah,
was
you,
talking
me,
talking to
Derek,
my dad about it. I really
amateur
hope that's our
golfers.
thing.
That's
Yeah,
our it's our new thing. We're classy
that's our new
businessmen.
thing.
So, well, anyway, let's get down to brass tacks here. Let's talk about what we're going to talk about.
We've got lots of stuff planned
We
today.
do.
We've got a
So,
lot to go over.
we are going to go ahead and give you guys a quick recap of the divisional round, conference championship round, and then the Gen Bowl. Just give you some scores, some quick updates there. For those of you who may not have tuned in, so spoiler alert coming. If you don't want to know and you're still watching the games, by all means, you might want to skip forward probably about 10 minutes or so. Uh, Pick 'em or kick 'em. Almost the set is well, I would call it the semifinal score because we still have the toilet bowl to go. Uh,
Yep.
I'm coming in clutch here at the end.
You're
And
you're gonna have to
then
pull off a miracle.
yeah, and so it could happen. It's very, very, very doable. But I've picked scores right before. I could pick them right again. So we'll see what I can do there. Then, of course, the Derek Janko bracket challenge winner. We are going to announce who that is. And I don't know. I wasn't necessarily surprised at this outcome because this person is very knowledgeable. But we'll see. But I think it's a surprise to some people because it's not someone that is in the
Yeah.
usual mix of
Yep.
statisticians, we'll say. So, and then we'll talk about a little bit what's happening around the world. We have some updates going into the end of the season, going into next season. And then, probably the biggest section we'll have tonight, Colin, is our first annual awards ceremony for what we like to call the Happies.
That's right. We're gonna have a happy ending in this episode.
Oh, we'll mute your screen for that. Um, no, but the Happies. We have some pretty awesome awards, and we'll explain that a little bit when we get to it. But then lastly, we're gonna do some Q&A again. If you guys want to drop some questions in the chat, we will come back and answer those. But I would just wait a little bit till we get closer to the end of the episode. That way they don't get lost in the normal conversation that goes on. Because I think one or two got lost last time. And then lastly, of course, our closing remarks and unofficial sponsors, plural now, because Colin threw another one out there. So, um, well, I think we should go ahead and get down to it with the recap of the playoffs.
That's right. Let us know how it went down, Ryan. How'd it go?
All right, so I'll go through the scores and then we'll do pick 'em or kick 'em and see how we did.
Okay.
So, divisional round, if you remember 2 weeks ago, had the Jamaica Hummingbirds and the Montreal Berserkers. Montreal managed to pull off a tough one here against a great Jamaica team, 30-22. Louisiana and Memphis, another hard fought battle, very very close game. Louisiana managed to squeak by here, 38-33. Des Moines Corn Kings versus the Oklahoma Regulators, and this again another super close game, high scoring game. Des Moines 45, Oklahoma 41. San Diego Gulls versus the Green Bay Wolfpack. Liam, playing against his former team in the Wolfpack, managed to pull off another victory this season, 44-34. Moving on to the conference championship round, the Atlantic Conference Championship was the Louisiana Steamers and the Montreal Berserkers. Montreal, in another hard-fought game, won 22-17. And then the Pacific Conference Championship, San Diego Gulls versus the Des Moines Corn Kings. San Diego pretty decisively won this one, 38-20. Can we talk about the Gen Bowl, Colin? Let's talk about it.
Let's do it.
Oh, yeah. So last Friday night, thank you again to Mr. Art Vandelay for jumping in clutch where
Yes,
Joel was
definitely.
having internet installed, did not have that work out timing wise. So thank you, Art, for jumping in and streaming this, or else it would not have happened until Joel got his stuff set up. So, but the Gen Bowl, pretty surprising. And props to Liam Hammer for a new team in the Gulls, new owner being the owner of the Gulls, and a team that normally scores some points. Man,
Yeah.
it's been
Yeah.
a
I mean,
while that they
I know
haven't.
that I told you guys said if we don't score 30 points, we're not winning.
Right, and we didn't score 30
We
points.
didn't score 30 points. So I don't know what happened. I don't know if it was just one of those sims. You get those random ones every now and then, but I'm not complaining about it.
Oh no, yeah, it just it worked. But Montreal pulled off a pretty decent upset here, 21-6 against San Diego. I don't think anybody, including us, going into that game thought that San Diego, that Liam's offense would score anything less than 20-30 points, like you're saying.
Yeah,
So something, either something didn't click on on the offense, or our defense just had a really good night's sleep. But either way, it was a very surprising game, I think, to watch.
it was. It
And
was. It was good. My butt didn't sweat as much in the Gin Bowl as it had in other games previous.
well, and thanks to Derek
So
Janko for bringing a special Gen Bowl championship surprise.
that was awesome. That was so
Lovely,
cool.
lovely bottle of champagne.
Yeah,
And then a lot of that I think wound up on my balcony,
and on your face.
and on my face. My poor neighbors. That's what I said. They were out there yelling at like 10:30 at night, spraying
Oh
champagne.
man, Derek can shake a bottle of champagne,
Oh,
can
of course. I feel like he's been slowly shaking it for a while, just letting it build up, and then shook it one more time before we opened it.
Well,
But
he had it hidden. He told us,
we
he
couldn't open
said,
it.
I have a surprise for you guys if we win the Gin Bowl. And he said, but don't worry, if we don't
We
win,
can't open
we'll open it
it.
next
Yeah,
time. Whenever we do win. He said, don't worry, it'll age well. That was
yeah,
what he said.
that's true. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah. So at the end of the day, thank goodness we got to open it because all we needed Friday night was more alcohol.
That's
It
right.
made for a very interesting golf game the next morning at 7 a.m. tea time.
7:07 tea time. We're crazy. We're crazy people.
But we made it. We made it through all 18 holes. We were still standing at the end of it all, so that's awesome.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's where we are at. As far as games go in the WFA season 6, we are waiting on the Toilet Bowl, which will hopefully be happening this coming week, and that's going to be Cape Charles and Chicago, as I said. We'll talk about them here in a few seconds, but let's get down to some pick 'em or kick 'em, Colin.
Yep. Let's do it.
So we are currently standing at you have 80, I have 75, and if everyone remembers, the last time we discussed things, you said that if I guessed scores correctly, or at least the winning score, that I will get 5 points for that.
Right.
So
So
instead of
you
just one,
have a
I
chance.
do have a chance. And we'll talk about exactly what I said I think this score is going to be because we already put it down.
And technically, if you get that right, you're going to win because you have to guess the winner and the score of the winner's points. So that is guessing the winner with
So it's
one
six
point
points?
and then
Oh,
guessing
I see where you put
the
that in here.
score with 5 points. So you will get 6 points and you will win.
I already did it with Des Moines in Oklahoma. I guessed Des Moines would
Mhm.
win, and I guessed 45 points.
So
What
there
are the
is a very
chances?
small chance, a very small chance that you will win.
All
And
right.
who do you have?
I have, so we'll talk about that. Toilet Bowl, I have Chicago. Because Cape Charles, let's say this Cape Charles was given -4.5. I took
Mhm.
Chicago with the +4.5, and I said they would score 28 points.
Okay. And I have Cape Charles.
Right. And you said they'd score 34.
Yep.
And that's before the
So,
handicap, or before the spread.
right.
Yeah. So, but should we go through real quick what we had discussed from the divisionals? Because I know we kind of plugged these in still. We kept up with it, even though we couldn't go live and stream.
Mm-hmm.
But so I know that Jamaica and Montreal, we both obviously selected Jamaica. We got or Jamaica. We obviously selected Montreal. We
Right.
got that right. Des Moines and Oklahoma. I had selected Des Moines. You had selected Oklahoma. I got that right, and I got the points for it. So that's 6 points for me.
Yeah.
San Diego and Green Bay. I guessed San Diego. You guessed Green Bay. I got that one right. And then Louisiana and Memphis. I guessed Memphis for the first time ever. I think you guessed Louisiana. Maybe the second time, because I think there was a time where we both had to choose Louisiana because it was so obvious.
I don't like picking them.
I know you don't like your own quarterback, but you had gotten that one right selecting Louisiana. Conference championship, Louisiana Montreal. We both guessed Montreal. Obviously got that one right. And then Des Moines and San Diego. I had guessed San Diego. You guessed Des Moines, and I got that right. No scores though. We didn't guess any scores right on any of the rest of these games. And
Yeah,
then
because the chances are so
right,
slim.
Gen Bowl, Montreal. Obviously, we both selected them. We both got that one. So that's
Mm-hmm.
where we stand now, going up to Cape Charles and Chicago in the toilet bowl. So we'll have to wait and see until next week where things end up. It's possible that Colin could have 81 points or 86 points at the end of it all, I guess. And then we'll see if I can catch up and win by one. That's going to be a clutch win, but I don't know if it's going to happen. I've really tapered off here at the end of the season.
That would be storybook,
Would
but
it, though?
I'm
Just
not
like the
nervous about it.
Montreal Berserkers.
Oh man, what a story!
Once a berserker,
Bradley
always a
Davis.
berserker. What a legend. Bradley Davis, if you're listening. So, yeah, anything else about Pick 'em or Kick 'em?
No, but I would like to give a shout out to a few of our listeners right now here listening live. We've
Yeah, let's
got
do it.
Sammy Skills, we've got Scott Stover, we have Zach Haldorf. Thanks, guys, for tuning in with us live. I know Derek Jinko's in here
Yeah,
too.
he's already in here yet. I see him.
So we love you guys. Thanks for supporting us, and buckle up because it's gonna get good.
Hey, yeah, tell your friends.
Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Check it out.
Tell your mom.
Hey, I don't know. My mom. I think she's. Hold on.
Is that her? Is
Oh,
she?
she texted me.
Is she on here?
Hold on.
I love this.
Yeah, she's like, "Are you doing the podcast?" Yes.
I love your mom. She's a great lady.
Yeah, you met my mom. Hold
Yeah.
on, I'm telling her we're doing the live stream. Give me a second.
That
Guys.
lady knows how to gamble.
Oh boy. Yeah, she's jealous. I'm going to Vegas in a couple weeks. Anyways, so sorry, I texted her to let her know we were going live. I thought I told her earlier, but I couldn't remember. Anyways, are you drinking Pedialyte?
No, this is club soda.
Oh, Terramana and Club Soda.
You got it.
Oh, that's a different combination. All right, to each their own, I suppose. The Terramana, the tequila that is owned by The Rock. Anyway, we're not sponsored by him. Let's just put it that way. But that'd be really cool.
That would be
We should
cool.
send him an email.
Do you think he'd respond?
I don't know. I mean, he started from the bottom. Now he's here. So we're just trying to
I'll
do the
send him
same.
an email later.
Cool. It's just like The Rock at WWE.com or something, I think. Anyway, we digress. So, the Derek Janko Bracket Challenge. Let's talk a little bit about that.
Yes.
So, I went through the brackets, and I think that there were a lot of things that occurred that really just screwed everyone up.
Yeah.
Including
Like from the
me.
beginning.
Including
From the
me.
beginning.
Like, I didn't win. Colin didn't win.
No.
Dave didn't win. Liam didn't win. Like it was just crazy. There was only one person, and this is kind of how I wound up doing it because I went through and I was trying to keep tally of everybody's, like the games that they've gotten right. But there were so few matchups that just didn't occur because it wasn't right. Like the
Yeah.
seeding wasn't right. Everything just got thrown off towards the
Because
end.
if you didn't get the seating right, then
Right.
you
The
got
matchups couldn't
everything wrong.
happen.
Yep.
So what it came down to was there was only one person who submitted a bracket, at least that we received. If you sent it to the wrong email account, I'm sorry, but like, you know, we didn't get it.
Pay attention
Yeah.
next time.
Um, but we there was only one person who got it right, and actually the final matchup got the final matchup right with San Diego and
Really?
Montreal.
I'm
And
so
so
surprised by that.
that
I'll
is the
explain why
person.
after you. After
Yeah,
you.
but that, I was just saying that's the person who I had to go with for the winner because they had the final matchup correct.
Hmm.
And somehow they got there, and it was not perfect. Like the matchups didn't all make sense, but they made way more sense than the rest of us. So, Colin, what were you gonna say before I say who it is?
Well, I want. Well, I'm very surprised because I know who it is. I'm surprised that he didn't pick himself to go to the Gin Bowl. I just feel like that's something that most owners would do. So
It was very down to earth,
it was very humble decision.
and this person, like for sure, like I mean, is down to earth. We've talked to him. He's been
Yeah,
on here before,
great guy.
and the winner of the first annual Derek Janko Bracket Challenge is Jordan Andrews, Juice
Yes,
of the
way
Jamaica
to go.
Hummingbirds.
Way to go,
Um,
Juice.
the only one who thought San Diego and Montreal would somehow meet in the Gen Bowl. Like I said, there are some really, really good statistical minds involved here. And I think Jordan Andrews just put
And
himself at
then
the top of
there's
the list
Juice.
there. No, no, I'm not saying that. But also, let's take a second. We are going into what's happening around the world. But he messaged me on the side, and this is not something I didn't want to include in that section because that's usually about the league. But
Mhm.
right now, Jamaica is really experiencing some harsh weather and some really hard uh, depressions and tropical storms, possibly hurricanes in the future. So, if you pray, keep them in your prayers, and
Yeah.
keep them in your thoughts definitely because Jordan had messaged me. It's kind of like the weather updates in Discord, and it's not. It doesn't look like it's kind of veering off course, unfortunately. But hopefully,
Yeah.
it's not. Unfortunately, it's not the first time that Jamaica has gone through, really really rough summer into fall weather. But at the same time, it's scary either way.
Yeah.
So
Prayers for Jordan for
yeah,
sure. You know what'll make him feel better?
what
The gift he's gonna get for winning this thing.
do we tell people?
Mm-mm.
No, we don't. Well, you
We
got to tune
we
in next
wait.
time, or
That's
two
right.
times, or however long it takes us to get this
However long it
together.
takes for us to finish it.
Also, we have to figure out how to send this to Jamaica.
Oh gosh, I just forgot. I forgot
Jordan,
about that.
if you're watching or when you watch
Uh,
this,
do you ever
please
come to the U.S.?
DM us and let us know how we go about mailing
Can
something
we
to you
can
in
we
Jamaica.
meet you halfway?
Can we fly to Jamaica and deliver it to you personally? WFA commissioners, is there funding for that? That'd be awesome. We just need to get some of these sponsors locked in. We could fly to Jamaica and do a photo session with
Dude,
Jordan and give him his
the one
prize.
international guy would win. This one,
Hey, Jordan's
this
the
is a.
man.
I didn't even think about that. We're
I
in
did.
trouble.
When I was reviewing it, I was like, "Oh no,
Maybe
how
we
do
could
we send
send
this to
send it
Jamaica?"
to him. Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Anyways,
Liam could put on the
congrats,
league
Jordan
credit card.
Andrews.
Zach said, "Oh, there we go.
The
All right,
league credit card.
thanks, Zach. Glad you cleared that up. There we go. It's solved."
That's future WFA's problem.
Right. So, what's happening around the world, Colin?
We've got some good stuff happening
I
around
read the first
world.
one. I haven't read some of these. The first one just
We've got some good stuff.
was
So
that sent
again,
to you by Liam?
yes, all of this stuff was sent to me personally through our sources we have for
Okay.
the WFAN.
Okay.
Which,
Well, I read the first one. It sounded like had Liam written all over it.
yes. So again, this is stuff that is happening around our league, within the franchises, and people's personal lives. So let's start off here. Rumor has it that the San Diego Gulls owner has eaten 4 seagulls in ritualistic mourning from losing the Gin Bowl.
I feel like that's illegal. I see Liam out there with like a stick and a rock, like smacking
gosh.
seagulls and taking them home.
Poor Liam. He was very upset about that, but he was super nice. Obviously, Liam's the best, one of the best.
Liam is the best. But you know what? He lives in San Diego. He can't be sad for long.
Spoiled brat. Next up, Jake is going to summer school, guys. He
That's the least surprising news of the day.
I mean, we all knew it. I mean, especially as one of his dads. We've been harping on him to get those grades up, and apparently this is a month-long endeavor, which isn't very long for summer school, if you ask me. So
Hey,
he's got
speaking of
like,
Liam's dad, or Liam's, wow, Jake's dads, we may actually have some conclusion here soon.
yes,
Stay
stay
tuned.
tuned for the happies. Foreshadowing. All right, good luck, Liam, in summer school. Make us proud. Also, the Maroons have hosted an amateur wet t-shirt contest for the good people of Pottsville as a way of celebrating this holiday weekend. And if you have not, well, I'm sure that people haven't seen it because it was in the owner's chat. But if somebody could repost that in the Gin chat, the winner of the wet t-shirt contest, Dave posted that earlier. I think she's from Montreal. She looks like one of those Montreal
Let me
swing
just say
ladies.
this: as someone who grew up 45 minutes from Pottsville and has been there numerous times, you don't want a wet T-shirt contest there.
I wonder if Dave participated.
I mean, some of the guys there should have entered. Let's be real. Oh, good. Noah's here just in time.
Noah's here.
Congratulations
Stay
and
tuned
welcome,
and
Noah.
get ready to accept your award. Okay.
Yeah.
Also, a couple more things. I'm not
Ooh.
really sure what this means. This was a cryptid message. This is from Wyoming owner logins to Phoenix owner skills via fax. Well, I guess it's not via fax, virtually spoken. Crab juice. Okay. Moving on.
That is all.
Last thing on a more serious note, the D League starts soon, guys. So
Yes.
um, keep your eyes peeled for some games featuring our prospects, showcasing them. Owners, keep a lookout for who you want to draft this upcoming season.
Just gonna put a plug in
This
for
is
Crash Dingle, linebacker.
no, you. Nobody wants him. He sucks. Ryan, why would you say that in front of everybody?
I mean, we won
Nobody
without him.
wants Crash Dingle. I have no idea why you would say that, especially for one of the awards that we're giving away. I hope Frank isn't watching.
Oh, that's true. Sorry, I teed another one up for him.
Oh my gosh. Crash Dingle. Go ahead and take him. We don't need your
We
linebacker
won a
anyways.
Gen Bowl without him.
Anyways, D League starts soon. Headed up by Dave Barr and DB. So good luck to everybody participating in that. And that's what's happening around the world.
That's a lot of stuff in the past couple of weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So
And
yeah,
all that was sent to me in like the last 2 hours. So
people getting in, coming in clutch at the end. So, well, is it time, Colin?
let's do it.
Oh boy, I'm so excited.
It is time for the happies.
Oh, it's time for the happies. Oh, let's do this. So, the happies, Colin. Well, how do we explain the happies?
The happies is a way for us to give away some awards that are not as serious as the awards that our commissioner Noah gives out at the end of the year.
Coming soon.
These are not your offensive player of the year, best linebacker of the year. These are not those kinds of awards. These are awards that are a little more silly.
Superlatives, if you will.
Superlatives. They are superlatives, reflecting on things that have happened within the last season.
And hopefully these will make you happy. Because
They should.
they're not serious. Some of them more than others. But should we go down this path? You ready for the first one?
Tee us off.
All right. Most likely to be Jake's dad, Noah. Thank goodness Noah jumped on tonight. It's
Just
official.
in time.
You're a papa. Congratulations. Anything to add, Colin?
That was great.
Okay.
That was great.
All right, we're starting off with a bang here.
Make sure you keep up with him in summer school. He's your responsibility now, not ours.
He has your intelligence.
Speaking of Jake, should we move on to the next award?
Oh,
Is that what's up next?
It was too happy in here.
This is called the Sad Ending Award because Jake is notorious for losing games in the worst ways possible. Shall we reflect on the game against Chicago? It was a last-second field goal kick return for a touchdown.
Blocked, return for a touchdown.
Thank you.
Sadness.
So Jake gets the sad ending award, which is kind of a
It's the opposite of a
entering.
happy ending, like we
It's
talked about
the
earlier.
opposite of a happy
That's
award. I don't
exactly
know
how we
what this
described it.
is.
Like we're like, well, it's not a happy ending, so it's a sad ending.
It's a sad ending.
You know, and
Sorry,
sometimes
Jake.
you just get there and you cry. Moving on. Most likely to quit the power rankings after 4 weeks. DB, I see you in the chat.
TP's here. Oh, we love you, but you've deserved this.
Yeah, I don't think there's nothing more really to say. The award says it for itself. That's why it's 3 lines long.
Oh gosh, we love you, DB.
All right, Colin. Moving
All right.
on.
Next up, we've got a duo here. The cutest
Oh,
couple
I went.
goes
Yeah, that's a
to
good one.
Mr. Zach and Liam.
Misters Zach and Liam,
Misters.
or the analytics team, as they're called.
We couldn't have given it to a better couple.
That's
A
true.
cuter couple.
Zach with hearts in the chat. Nice. All right. Moving on. Most likely to fall off the face of the earth. And that goes to Joel. Joel, we know you were moving. We haven't heard from you in a while, buddy. And you still don't have internet. But we're hoping for the best so we can see the toilet bowl this week.
We miss you.
We do. Come on back.
We miss you dearly. Our next one goes to a toilet bowl contender, and we're calling this one our favorite floater. We don't know a lot about cologne. I think it's called cologne. I was corrected when I first said colon. But he is my personal favorite floater for this season.
Fair enough. Where the hell are you? This has some backstory to it. This goes to Alex Dar. So Alex Dar has been late to try to announce games. He's then asked to announce games in the third quarter of the game. He's not shown up for when we tried to interview him, and then we did try to interview him. It's echoed real bad, or there are people yelling in the background. So we just felt like it was necessary to say, "Where the hell are you, Alex Dar?" And we haven't heard from him in a while, so I hope you're doing well, buddy.
Yes.
You
Where
know,
the hell are you?
yeah. Also, the Detroit Fury. Where the hell are you? So it works, multiple ways. So moving
I
on.
love that award.
I do
Moving
too.
on to our favorite Scott Stover getting the most likely to float down the river by himself award.
Who
Oh,
came out with this?
if anybody has paid attention to the WFA, what do we call it?
Retreat or
Yeah,
conference?
the
Yeah.
conference. Scott
Hell
Stover is
yes.
hell
He's
on
all about it.
floating, and it's looking right now like he might be going down the river by himself. So, good luck, Scott Stover.
He's done it before. He'd do it again. It doesn't bother him. He's all about it.
Uh,
Best Minecrafter in the WFA goes to Skill, and I think that goes without saying. If you are a
Oh,
part
man.
of the WFA game server and you've jumped onto Minecraft and seen the server that we have on there, man, Skill lives up to his name.
yeah, he's made some impressive things.
Right. He's great at Minecraft. Not so much at simulation football yet. But
He hasn't
again,
had a chance.
that's exactly
Get
I
off
was
his
gonna
back.
say that. I was gonna say that. He took the team over right before the season started, kind of just picked up the mess that was left over in Phoenix. And you know what? Next season's a different season. Let's go ahead and Phoenix get in or get in at least the playoffs.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Next up, we have the most mysterious going to Mr. Captain Loggins. And he's mysterious because nobody knows his real name. I know his name, but nobody else does.
We control the information, Colin.
So we might hold that against him one day. But I will say he has given us some clues. He said that his name is a biblical name,
Like Geronimo.
like Jesus
Yeah, could be Jesus. That's true.
or Paul
Mm.
or Jehoshaphat.
That's one that's underused. If I ever have a son, Colin,
How do you spell that?
um,
Is that Phat?
I mean, the modern spelling probably.
Yeah, if you're hip.
Yeah. I think it's an ET, actually. Oh, no.
Mr. Mysterious,
Anyway.
Captain Loggins.
All right, moving on. Most likely to break your heart during the draft, Frank Wade.
I'll drink to this.
Yeah, me too.
I've gotten over it. I promise.
You really haven't. Your furrowed brow says it
I'm
all.
I'm fine.
So, yeah, I mean, for those of you who don't know the backstory, which, I mean, everybody pretty much does, poor Colin Pierce, quarterback Colin Pierce, not, WFA happy hour host Colin Pierce, but close. Got drafted to the Louisiana Steamers by Frank Wade, which was a great, great draft because we wound up playing him in the Atlantic Conference Championship. And, Colin Pierce is a great quarterback. But at the same
But
time, we were hoping to have Colin Pierce over in Montreal. Now, granted, we're very gracious to have Mikey Napoli, who helped us get to and win a Gen Bowl.
yes,
So,
that was divine intervention.
you're lost, Frank Wade. You could have Mikey Napoli.
That's right. That's true. Moving on to our
Oh,
biggest DILF
we can say
award.
that on Twitch, right?
I don't know. I think so. I kind of looked at the rules. Too late now.
No going
Ross,
back now.
you, sir, after seeing that picture of you a few weeks ago, are by far deserving of the biggest DILF award.
I'm so glad you had to read this one.
Congratulations.
It'd be awkward for me.
He knows it. Everybody else knows it.
Nice to meet you award goes to Daly of the New Haven Lancers. Is that correct, Colin?
Yeah, we don't know.
I don't know either. Nice
Nobody
to meet
knows.
you.
Nobody
Introduce
knows
yourself.
who owns New Haven.
Where is New Haven?
I think it's right next to me.
Is
I
it?
live here, Mason, Hartford, New Haven,
Yeah.
and here in
I was
West
thinking
Virginia,
New Haven, Connecticut?
Connecticut.
Yeah.
So nice to meet you, Mr. Daly. Stop by sometime and say hi.
All right, moving on.
Speaking of high, we have our High Flyer Award, who goes to Mr. Jordan Andrews. Is this because he performed so well in Jamaica this year, or is this because marijuana is prominently used in Jamaica? You decide.
But in all
Mr. High
seriousness,
Flyer.
keep Jordan Andrews in your prayers as the people of Jamaica go through some very difficult storms.
That's right.
Yes. Most likely to save the day, and we talked about this earlier, Mr. Art Vandelay coming in clutch on Friday to stream the Gen Bowl.
Mm-hmm.
That's no easy feat. That's a lot of pressure.
Our savior.
Thank you, Art. We know there's a lot of difficult things going on in Miami. Hope that you and the Nightmares are going and helping to find those lost folks in that building collapse. But also keep people in your thoughts and prayers in Miami because they're also going through some sort of craziness there with that odd situation.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah,
Moving on next, we have the Maybe
Oh.
Next Year Award.
but probably not.
To Dave Barr and the Maroons. For a team who had so many picks in the draft, had so much promise, we thought it was fitting for them to take the Maybe Next Year Award. So,
Well, but also I think they have an opportunity, and I will say this: it's an opportunity, not a loss, because Bodacious left randomly, left the server.
which might be a blessing in disguise.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, did we think that he was the quarterback of the future for Pottsville? I know Dave, being the gentleman that he is, he had a lot of.
He stuck to his word. He made a
right.
promise.
And he's like, we're going to build this team around him. But at the same time, maybe this was the out that Dave needed to, separate that relationship, end that relationship, and bring in someone new, someone fresh. And let's see what the D League produces at quarterback.
Dave is not dumb. He has learned a lot this season, and he will be a contender.
Of course.
Maybe next year.
No question about that. All right. So, I get to announce this one. The best unofficial sponsor, and this is a Colin Pierce creation. I take no credit for this one. But, goat soap.
Thanks, Terramana.
You weren't drinking Terramana. You were drinking vodka that night, I think.
I think I was.
Yeah,
You're
you were
right.
like, I have a bottle of vodka. Goat soap. Because, I remember it was a game that we weren't commentating, but we were, trolling the chat, and we were throwing out unofficial sponsors. Every once in a while, Joel would read them off, or someone would read them off. And then all of a sudden, you were just like, goat soap. And I was like, that's amazing. Where'd you come up with that? You're like, no, I've been drinking. That's where all the best ideas
And
come
Zach's
from.
right. Zach in chat says Bush Dog Brew.
Oh, yeah,
is a
that's
very,
why.
very close second.
It is.
Um,
I think it's because goat soap is an original that doesn't actually exist. Unlike Bush Dog Brew, which I found out a couple weeks ago actually does exist and is a real product. So, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people upset about this choice.
Well, DB, who do you think it should be? Cookout?
Make your own podcast.
And that's all we got, folks.
That's all we got.
So
That was fun.
that was awesome. That
That
was
was a
so
lot of fun.
cool. Uh, we're lame. Anyway, so I think we got some time here. All right, folks. So wait. Oh, so Zach says that all of his dogs they've drank all the Bush Dog Brew already. So well,
Did they
hopefully,
like it?
yeah. Was it? I mean, apparently, did it make them sick? Were they like
Is there
puking off the
is there
back porch or peeing
is
on
there
stuff? Or
alcohol in it?
I don't think so. I think it's just bone broth.
I just realized I forgot to put on my tie for the awards. I brought one.
Oh, you know what? I forgot all about it too.
Daggone it.
Put your tie on for Q&A.
I feel like I'm getting ready for my press conference.
All right, you are as the owner of the Montreal Berserkers.
Mm,
So,
Here we go.
Zach says there's no alcohol in Bush Dog Brew, and they did not get sick from it. So good.
Very
Thank you,
good.
Bush, for making a dog safe beverage that is in an interesting can. So, Q&A. Does anybody have any questions to be answered about the past couple of weeks in the WFA, about anything at all? Zach says press conference of the Gen Bowl winners. We could also act that out.
We are here to answer your questions.
Colin, you look like a guy who's trying to sell me a timeshare.
It only costs $12,000 and you get 3 weeks
And if you
worth of
purchase
time,
6 weeks and sell the other 3 weeks, you break even.
but you can only stay 2 dates out of the entire year.
Oh, at the Hotel California.
Is it
How
safe?
distance from
Distance
this?
from these fireworks. Fireworks. Ah!
Oh God! Last time we were drowning a beer. I need to
I
get a
feel like
green
this is our
screen.
go-to. This is our
It
thing.
is, yeah. I need to get a green screen so I can start doing that. Scott is very disappointed in me. I know.
Happy 4th of July.
Yeah. Uh, others. How about my vehicle's extended warranty? Well, it doesn't cover that.
If you bought an extended warranty for your vehicle, I'm sorry, you got screwed.
It doesn't cover that. Just like insurance.
It doesn't cover whatever it is. It
Whatever it
doesn't
is, yeah,
cover
I don't even know what it
it.
is.
Doesn't
That doesn't
cover
cover that.
unless the wheels fall off while you're
Oh,
driving.
Dave
It
Barr
doesn't
just showed
cover
up. Dave Barr's in the chat, folks. Uh,
it.
so, it's funny because I always quote 30 Rock when they talk about how bad their health insurance is. And she's like, I sprayed my wrist, and the doctor told me it wasn't covered because having a wrist is a pre existing condition. Same thing with extended warranties. Anything else? Other questions? Get personal. I don't care. Dave's paying for people's medical bills.
No, he's covering insurance.
Oh. From your very extensive scouting so far, what D League team are you most excited to watch? Ooh, that's a good question, Noah.
Wow, Noah coming in with the
I have a
serious
bias, but
questions.
I can throw out Atlantic City. They have a
Yeah,
pretty
you
good
you have you
linebacker.
have some attachment to that team, don't you?
I
See,
do.
I've got a couple players on Dublin's team, and I was very excited about Dublin, but their coach has left the league, so
Oh,
my excitement for that team has left. However, I think I'm with you with Atlantic City. Atlantic City, I think, is coached by Jim Copeland Jr. And he has been reaching out to me several times. He seems very excited about it,
it's
and
very
I like
solid.
seeing that. And I think he will do a good job. He's putting some effort in. He's the only coach out of that group that has reached out with questions and actually asking about deadlines and things like that. So
Well,
um, I
I
hope
will,
he can do something with Atlantic City.
and I will say too, I'm excited for the D League in general. I mean, this is a complete overhaul of kind of the scouting system for the WFA, of like the feeder program for the WFA. I mean, for those of you who know, like for instance, our players came up through the college, series system that they used to have, and so it's exciting just to see how this shakes out, how this winds up developing over time because it's brand new. So I'm excited about just D League games in general.
Yeah, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
So it'll be a short season, but it'll be enough to be able to see if the player that you like is performing well.
Well, it's
And
eight
then
teams
we'll get
versus like 40 or whatever it was with the
I
college
think we're. I
season.
think it's only six.
Is it
I
six
think
now?
it's only
Okay,
six. Yep. So there'll be 3 games a week for a few weeks, and then we'll get into the draft.
sure, sure,
Yep.
cool. Other questions?
Talking about Blake Sellers in there. He's a D
Ooh,
League coach for Honolulu Land
Larry
Sharks.
Shark, right? Also a good beer.
Great beer.
Hey, tell that story from your daughter and that.
So we were at the beach, and it was 6 o'clock in the morning because that's when we are up and moving around now. And my mom and dad are with us. My mom's not a big fan of alcohol, and I'm laying on the couch with my little girl, my 2 month old Josie, and Emmy opens the fridge. She's my 3 year old. She says, "Daddy, do you want some pop?" And I said, "Sure, I guess I'll take a pop." And she brought me a land shark. And my mom just gives me the death stare because it's 6 a.m. And I was like, nah, let's put this back. And she says, save it for later. And I said, yeah, we'll save it for later.
Well, that's a great story. Teaching me
Coach
young.
Barr wants to know, are you wearing underwear?
2 pairs.
Good, because he's wearing one for me because I am not.
Hmm. Oh, we owe Dave. We owe Dave a jockstrap.
We do the lucky jock strap.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So
Now it's official. We won a Gen Bowl.
I am commando in gym shorts right now because that's what I do on my long holiday weekends.
It's okay. We could throw that chair out. That's what I do on my holiday weekends. Well, if you can't say DILF on Twitch, I'm pretty sure what we're discussing now, we're definitely not going to be allowed back.
And they might
Uh,
make us explicit.
no, Dave, oddly enough, it's just all brown. She's very worn.
Yeah, it's been used.
It's seen some games. But anyway, if there are no other questions, serious or otherwise, I guess it's time to keep moving on there, Colin.
That's right. Only one more thing to do.
Oh, so unofficial sponsors. And Colin, I'll let you lead off with this one because this is a personal thing to you. Um, so I think you could do it best. I won't do it justice.
Are you talking about the award
Oh,
unofficial
it's
sponsor
an
or
award
the
winner.
other one?
It is an
The other
award
one.
winner. Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to check. So if you're ever feeling down, dirty, use goat soap. It'll
Could
cheer you right up.
could you wash your jockstrap with it?
You can try, not ours. That is permanent,
It eats through cotton.
just like a goat.
Made with extra lye.
Oh, goat soap. I can't remember all the stuff we said about goat soap, but man,
It's a mystery because is it soap for your goat?
that's
Is it
right.
soap made by a goat?
Made from a goat.
I know, for instance, Joel just posted about some goat's milk lotion he saw, I assume, at maybe some sort of farmer's market or rummage sale. But yeah. So, I mean, goat soap. That's all there is. And then Blackstone grills.
Yeah. For the only grill you can cook bacon on.
The only grill you should cook bacon
Mm, potato, potato.
on. So you can make bacon anywhere. You can put it on a hot pavement if you wanted to.
Man, I'm excited about my Blackstone
You
grill.
have to
I should have
message
sent
everybody
them an
tomorrow.
email. Maybe they would have sent me a free one.
If you're like, hey, we're going to talk about your
You're
product
like,
on a live
hey,
stream.
we have thousands of fans. Send me a Blackstone grill and I'll talk about you.
That's what we're like. Tell your friends so we can get thousands of fans. So Zach asked, "What about power rankings?" I mean, we could shuffle around Chicago and Cape Charles all we want to, but I think it's a little too early to do some preliminary season 7 power rankings yet. But we might do that in a
Oh
couple
yeah.
weeks.
Yeah, isn't that your job, Zach?
Yeah, yeah. Talk with your partner there, and you guys figure that out. But preliminary season 7 power rankings. I think I know who I'd want to be the number one because I mean, well, they're
Yeah.
Gen Bowl winners and
You guys have any
some handsome
ideas
guys.
for content to do during this off season? Let us know.
Aside from just covering D League stuff, because I mean that's going to obviously be just a quick thing with a couple teams. But
Yep.
Thank
we
you, Zach.
are we are open to doing new things, trying stuff out. So
Yeah.
give us some ideas for things you'd like to see during the off season.
I have to admit, it was really weird having, not having 2 weeks off. It's not like, we're like, put in for time off or anything with the boss. But not doing this for 2 weeks was really weird. Like every time it was
Yeah,
Sunday, I was like, oh, this, like, there's something I'm missing. Oh, Colin's taking the tie off. You know what that means, folks.
time to unbutton the
Yeah, it's
button.
time to unwind. But, you know, I think this is awesome. I know Colin and I were texting, we were talking yesterday and texting today about, being excited to come back and do this because it's been a minute.
Yeah,
So, and also it's
definitely.
awesome to be able to see like live chat stuff and you guys give us stuff to talk about in real time, and that makes it so much more 3 dimensional than if it were just us doing the podcast like we usually did. So
Yeah, I really like this. Scott recommends that we do some player breakdowns of D League. I'll get in contact with Mr. Legatron, see if he
sure,
wants to put together some content for us, things to go over.
yeah, that might be good. Like we've done in the past with I know he did his like mock draft stuff and things like that.
Yep.
But Dave, if you're interested, maybe we could talk about putting together some, people to watch, things like that, going into the D League season. Since I think he's probably one of the people who'll know everyone best, at least leading off. So,
Yep.
sure. Well,
Very good.
any other announcements, Colin?
I don't think so. This has been a lot of fun. Thank you guys again for supporting us and watching.
Yeah, for real. Hey, maybe next time I'll have a green screen, Scott Stover. I can't promise anything because they're kind of expensive. I don't have a wall behind me to put up a bunch of poster board like Colin. But man, did
Man,
that
this is the
work.
the best $4 I ever spent.
So, well, alrighty. So I think I'm trying to think if there's anything else we were talking about that we wanted to discuss that was not written down. I don't really think so, but congratulations again to Jordan Andrews for winning the Derek Janko Bracket Challenge by predicting that at the very least Montreal and San Diego would be in the Gen Bowl.
Yep.
Colin Pierce, congratulations for you being the owner of a Gen Bowl winning franchise in your first season.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You
It
look
was a
like
lot
an
of fun.
executive, even though you took the tie off. Now you look
And
like an
I'm
executive.
not wearing underwear.
Yeah, but no one could have seen that. You told everyone
Oh.
that. So, but yeah, that's all I really got for this week. Colin, anything you want to add?
I don't think so. I sent some graphics to Noah. He should be working on some awards, the official awards for season 6. So keep your eyes peeled for that. He always does a good job with that.
Oh
So it'll
yeah.
be good to hear from him. Other than that, I think we're done. We're putting almost ready to put a stamp on season 6.
Season 6.
Seasons. Oh
Well,
gosh.
Colin, I'm sure there's a certain number of people who felt like they got real screwed hard by the Montreal Berserkers. But, season 7, it's anybody's ball game. Let's see what the D League prospects can do. Who can add what to their team? Like Colin said, Noah created an awesome awards video for season 5. I remember seeing that as we were kind of coming into the league. We did some announcing at the very late in the game that season. But I'm sure he's gonna put together again something awesome along with Colin's graphics that he's working on for the awards for season 6. So best of luck to everybody with that.
Yep.
Again, please keep those folks in the Caribbean, especially Jordan Andrews and the folks in Jamaica, in your thoughts and prayers. They are experiencing some very, very terrible weather conditions from what he had passed on to me. Hopefully that will blow over and everything will be all right. But yeah, until next week, I think we're going to go ahead and call it a night, Colin.
Happy 4th of July.
Yeah, enjoy the 4th. If you have a day off tomorrow, enjoy that too. We will catch you all next week.